Welcome to this week's Small Business Saturday, the last Saturday of February, the end of Black History Month. But let's not forget, let's keep those core values year-round. On this week's Small Business Saturday, we know so many of people struggle, Anthony, with where do I start to even look at my SEO and where do I even start? So we're going to give you a SWOT analysis. That's right, a SWOT analysis, a checklist of what to do to see how you're doing compared to your competitors. And Anthony, you made up a great point here. You got to assume your competitors are constantly working on their marketing.
Right.
I mean, can you explain that a little bit?
Yeah. I think when people hear SWOT analysis, I think they tend to run for the hills. They think it's work, but it's good work to be putting in, and it's super practical. But yeah, if we started with like some of those threats, that's the one that sticks out to me the most. You know, you talk about. I was talking to Lance, like you have to assume that other people are investing in their marketing, that they're spending those ad dollars, that they're working on their website. Even if some of those competitors aren't, you have to assume that they are and that the landscape is constantly changing. You need to be working on your own marketing so that you can fit into that puzzle as everybody else kind of evolves. It's not, hey, we rank number one, set it and forget it, I'm done. No, everybody else is going to be coming for that spot now. And so it's constantly a threat and it's constantly changing.
I know you're probably wondering why I just pour vodka, one SEO vodka here, by the way. Anthony has the worst hangover this Saturday morning, and I want to make sure he's on point. So, cheers, Anthony.
Little hair of the dog that bit you.
So, what we're going to jump into here is, first of all, the first part of the SWOT analysis is identify your keywords. Look at what's going on with your keywords, see where they rank, see what they don't rank. Take out your branded versus non-branded terms. Can you kind of break that down a little bit, Anthony?
Yeah, of course. So talking about those strengths, it's typically going to be, hey, what do we rank for? That tends to be what's going to be performing best for you. And like Lance mentioned, it's so important to say, hey, I don't rank for 100 terms. I rank for 20 non-branded terms, because you're going to rank for your brand. You're going to rank for your brand plus reviews, your brand plus cost. Think of all those variations. You weed that stuff out and you say, what are those money terms that we rank for? That's going to be that non-branded traffic.
And what I would do with the rankings is list them out in an Excel sheet, just where you rank top 5, 10, 15, 20. After 20, I would stop and then say, okay, are they pages to my site? Are they blogs? What kind of content it is? And then we go from there and build out the strategy.
Absolutely.
You want to do a full technical audit on your site right away, which is very easy. There's a lot of tools out there, which Anthony will show you some of them in here. The other thing that people do miss is making sure that your core keywords are landing on the right pages.
Right.
I mean, and most people don't realize that is your core keywords, if they don't land on the right pages, someone's not going to go find the right page that meets their keyword. They're going to bounce out and leave.
Yeah, you cut out that middleman too. Why have somebody land on one page when really the page that's going to convert, the page they should have landed on, is somewhere entirely else on the website. You don't want to trust that the visitor is going to find it or they're going to stumble over there. You want to make it easy. And so, like Lance mentioned, when you kind of pull that list of your terms, figure out where they're also ranking to. Some of them might be ranking to multiple pages. Identify, does this make sense? Is this where I want that user looking for this to land on my website?
We did a piece on actually Google having an update coming out and they're rolling it out right now. You want to make sure that your site's loading fast. You want to do a technical audit there. Make sure your first ping is loading fast. You want to make sure that you don't have any inconsistencies of a user experience, a lot of technical issues with your site, because that's going to cause you a lot of problems in the SEO world, especially with this update. You're going to fall off. So if you are doing a good job now, you might want to add this to your SWOT analysis to make sure you don't get hit with that update.
Yeah, I think this is where, it's either going to be, you kind of have to look at this as a weakness, if your page speed is affecting you or you do have technical issues holding you back. But then kind of roll it right into the next piece, which would be opportunities. This is, like Lance mentioned, this is a really big update. Google doesn't typically tell us that they're rolling out this big of an update a year in advance. So we expect some things to kind of shake out from this, and people that aren't prepared are going to get kind of hit by the bus there.
And the opportunities Andy's talking about, you can go out and get great backlinks right now, good quality backlinks. You can look and start putting out good quality content. Make sure you're, and the threats, go right into the threats is if you have duplicate content on your site, right, which is amazing to me how many sites have duplicate content. And it's amazing to me how many people will send us content that they just rip from other places.
Yeah.
And we're like, we have the tools to know that this is plagiarized. Bad backlinks, that's going to hurt you. Thin content, that's going to be a threat to you. What's some of the other threats, Anthony King?
Yeah, I mean, anything, even if you're not doing it now, think, maybe you hired somebody years ago that bought a bunch of backlinks or that said, hey, this is going to be a great link wheel for us to get involved. But kind of think about that stuff. Even if you're not doing it now, think about sort of what your history of your domain's been, because that stuff doesn't go away. It's not, they're not just going to go through and delete 10,000 backlinks, especially if they're now charging you money to take them down. So think about kind of the history of your site too. There's threats out there that you might not even think about. Maybe you changed addresses. Did you update every citation that's out there? Did you go through and make sure everything is consistent? Those are threats as a business owner. They might not be top of mind. You might not think changing a phone number is a big deal, but it can be.
One of the biggest threats I see, and you said it earlier, was your competitors. Google LSA program, I'm just going to go with this one.
Yeah.
And most cities last year had about, in each category, that the categories there were 8 to 10 people, 9 people, so people were raining money. Now they have 100, 185 in these same exact categories because more people are jumping into these programs and spending money on AdWords, different things. So you got to look and assume, like you said, Anthony, that the competitors are coming after you nonstop. Make sure you set up and look at where your competitors are and track them also. Are they moving up? Are they getting more traffic? What are they doing in AdWords? What are they doing organically? Because that's going to be the biggest threat to you to really annihilate you.
Yeah.
Is going to be your ignorance of the work that's being done on your stuff, which I don't even mean the word ignorance, it just means you don't know.
Right,
you really can't stop that wholeheartedly. But what you can do is watch your competitors, see what they're doing, and make sure you don't get outshined.
Absolutely. Every little thing. Hey, your competitors launched a new website. That's going to affect the landscape for your local market. Hey, your competitors, you see them now running ads on your brand. That's obviously going to affect your landscape. So it's important to kind of keep that eye on how things are going from a competitive standpoint, and then also obviously focusing on what you can control with your own marketing.
So the biggest takeaway from this SWOT, and Anthony Kane's going to give you some of the tools that we use and give you examples, is check your backlink, check duplicate content, do a technical audit that you can do on your own, or you can contact us and we'll do it for free for you. We want to make sure that you understand the landscape you're living in and don't get blindsided.
Hey everybody, Anthony here again. I just wanted to chime in after our last clip to go over a few tools that we were talking about when you're trying to do your SWOT analysis on the SEO side. So I just have a couple of categories to run through really quickly. And these are by no means the end-all list. There are plenty of tools out there that will get this job done for you. And a lot of these tools you'll see kind of overlap and do a lot of these different categories themselves. So I'll just run through them really quickly. When you're looking to kind of audit your site, there's SEMrush out there, Screaming Frog, Moz. Screaming Frog does have a free option if you're looking to just crawl a smaller website. So definitely maybe start with that one. When you are trying to go through the keyword research side of things, again, SEMrush is kind of one of those tools that does multiple things, but a lot of SEOers prefer to get keyword ideas and competitive analysis research from SEMrush. But there's plenty of other options like Ahrefs and SpyFu, and a plethora of just tools out there that a lot of them can be free and can kind of give you that initial research that you're looking for of where you actually rank and where some of the opportunities lie there. And then lastly, on the backlink side, again, lots of tools, but we like to use Majestic and again, Ahrefs for some of the backlink analysis, just to try to get an idea of what backlinks you have out there and where some of the opportunities sit. So I hope this was helpful. And of course, if you guys ever have any questions, feel free to let us know.
And thank you for tuning in for Small Business Saturday. And I'm going to let you have the final word here, Anthony. What would you tell them about SWOT?
SWOT, yeah, don't run away from it. I know it sounds like a word that's going to cause a lot of work for you, and people think it's boring, but no, it's very practical. Think about it from your business. It's important. Let's get some SWOT done.
And the intelligence you'll get from it, you'll be glad you did. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this content, please don't forget to follow me at Lance Bachman on Instagram and Twitter. Follow me on Facebook at Lance Bachman Digital. And every Thursday we drop a new podcast. Don't forget to listen to it. We're giving out great content. And remember this is the time to build your business right now. Let's effing go, everybody.